I'm going to talk about a family that is possibly one of the most incredible home that I've met. The family that I will mention in this speech is of my mom's best friend, whose name is Ling. Well, I already knew them for a long time ago, probably 6 years ago. However, we got in so deep a relationship since last year when I first lived far away from my hometown to do my bachelor degree in Hanoi. They were the one who adopted me during the time that I finished my first year at the university. So that's the reason why I highly respected them as my second parents. It is obviously a very small family. I mean, a nuclear family including only four members in that. Ling, her husband, and two of their children. I've always considering Ling and her husband my second parents as I mentioned, because they definitely regarded me as their own son. Ling is such a dedicated woman as I reckon. As a doctor, she often took care of my health condition and other family members. In addition, Ling is so different from many others. I mean, the way she taught her children was so spectacular. Never spanked any of her son, but they always remember and obeyed whatever she told. Speaking of her husband, he's a very forgiving father and humorous dad. He would forgive any our wrongdoings with the condition that I and his sons had to fix them. He also gave us many hilarious moments when making fun of his wife. I'm also in a very good harmony with the two of their sons. We're just like brothers, although they are very incredibly mischievous. They are cute and obedient. Finally, if I still have time, I'd like to talk about the reasons why I love this family so bad. Probably those little characteristics of each person mentioned above made me admire them a lot. But more importantly, they're so big-hearted because their door is always open. That's why to me, they already set a good example of welcoming.
Well, there's the saying that men build the house and women make it home. I think this is still appropriate today, at least in my country, even though women are no longer discriminated. I mean, it's true that some men nowadays are increasingly likely to take on the role of house husband, and more women than ever become the breadwinners in their families. But when you look in a typical Vietnamese family, men are still the ones who play the leading roles, I think. I mean, the father, other than taking responsibility of a breadwinner, he's also protector, a strong presence leading his children to and his wife to feel safe and securely protected. He's also a mechanic, a mender, a light fixer, a plumber who is ready to repair broken furniture and machine in the families that the wife cannot do that, right? Especially a true father is an energetic, dynamic, determined, and disciplined model for his children to follow and feel confident when they come to the world. Besides, he also forms in his children the attitudes and powers that they need to succeed in life, protect themselves and the family later. Well, I think it actually depends, in cultures where nuclear family is the norm for establishing a household, members of extended family live in separate homes, often, at significant distances. In societies where the joint family predominates for the living arrangements, members of extended family live in the same home. In Vietnam, you can see both. I mean, the former is often applied for urban areas, a family with parents and their children only. Although in many cases, a grandparent or both grandparents from either the wife or husband would join them to take care of their babies. An extended family can be seen at mountainous areas with the presence of ethnic minorities where almost all members who are blood relatives live together. In my opinion, youngsters and elderly people should spend more time together. Yeah, I mean, even live together. People should shoulder the responsibility to take care of their elderly parents who has been willing to sacrifice everything for them, right? In addition, sharing home together will strengthen their relationships, bridge generation gaps, not to mention the moment given for grandparents to get along with their grandchildren, right? Educate them with prior experience and knowledge which can never be learned from any theoretical sources. All of those things will bring a happy family atmosphere that should be had in, every household, I think, in my country, in Vietnam, or in the world. Firstly, as grandparents have lived for many years and have brought up their own offspring, they have much experience in raising and educating them. For instance, they might tell their own period stories to shape morality perceptions in their grandchildren. Secondly, grandparents are family members who tend to have much more time, effort, and love with their grandchildren than their parents can do because they are too worried and busy about their career and the job, blah, blah. So, valuable lessons learned from their grandparents are even more worth. Finally, youngsters looked after by their grandparents are likely to become more kind of a family oriented and appreciate the value of a happy family. I think